Hey everybody, it's The Shape, and welcome to Shape's Top 5, Top 10, Top 15 Fakers. That sounded better in my head, I'll be honest with you. Comment below what I can name this series. I'm going to start a series to where I take a bunch of supposed paranormal clips, and I'm going to analyze the snot out of them and show you how they're faked and the percentage that they're fake just by what I catch in the clips and how they did it. All the goodies when it comes to debunking. I think this will be interesting. Now, last video I was talking about, I don't even know why I mentioned it, but I wasn't complaining about literally making like only half of what I normally make on YouTube. And see, that's why I avoid looking at analytics and stuff. Because when you go in there, you see these gray arrows everywhere. It's disheartening when you know the work that you put in. But that's why I told you guys a few videos back that I quit looking at stuff like that, because it weighs on my mind, even if I try not to let it. But yeah, it can get disheartening. But I look at you guys gave me this platform. This is the best community ever, and you gotta look at the positives. And you know what? Trudge through, move on, make better videos. Stay to the end of the video, by the way, if you can, because I got a little bit of like a announcement. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into these clips.
On July 1st of 2024, an ambulance driver stands far away from his vehicle. According to the driver, he had to pull over immediately.
You recognize the voice? That's Bizarre Bub. Best top 10 channel I think there is. He gets some of the best clips, and that's the ones we're going to be working with today. And I'll link him either in the pinned comment or in the description, one of the two. You can go check out Bizarre Bub. Now, I want you to picture this. You're an ambulance driver. I don't know if you're a paramedic, but you drive an ambulance. And you got your buddy with you. And you're saving people's lives one night, just driving around that night. When you look through your rear view mirror as you're driving, and you see a face. Think about that. And it's a face that doesn't belong to one of your buddies. It's not one of your compadres. It's not, it's not your mates. What do you do? Now, I can tell you flat out what I would do. Wherever I'm at on the road, I'm going to pull safely as I can to the side of the road, but as quick as possible. And I'm going to get out and probably run and call the cops. But anyway, let's look at this clip, and I want you to watch how the clip opens, because it really stood out to me. But let's look.
Well, first off, I've been an EMT just for a little bit, and I ain't never experienced nothing like this. So as we driving back to base, I swear I seen a face in the rearview mirror.
Now you see how we're starting off. We're starting off strong with this one. Now, he saw a face, pulls over. Now, I showed you that clip right out of the gate where they started it, and that's why I was asking, well, what stands out to you? What stood out to me is where the ambulance is parked, like 300 feet down an alleyway. Now, most people would look at that and say, what's your point? I mean, you see a face that you think is a human while you're driving. You're driving down the road, you see a face in the rearview mirror. You don't know who that person is. As far as you know, it's a person, not a spirit. you're going to take the time to pull off the road, cut down an alleyway, and drive 300 feet before you can come to a stop, get out, leaving the lights on for whatever reason, the emergency lights, and then run all the way back down here. It makes no sense why you would want to get out of that vehicle as fast as possible, or I would think you would.
This line represents when the ambulance driver sees the face. You're driving, la-da-da-da-da. Oh my God, what is that? I'm out. I mean, it's kind of that easy. Most people would pull over almost immediately. Our ambulance driver did this. Oh no, what is that? Hold on, let me pull in here. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Do-do-do. It's a face. Let me pull over. Let me pull way down here. Let's keep going.
I need to turn this engine off though, cause like we're gonna be stranded out here.
Comment below, would your first thought be, after you just saw a face in your rearview mirror, somebody's in the back of your ambulance, possible maniac now, would your first thought be, well, I better get over there and turn the engine off, you know, because we may get stranded. I better do that before the cops get here. Which they never record the cops showing up either, by the way. His buddy's on the phone, but is he talking to cops? Just asking.
Instead of waiting on the cops, he's like, you know what? That ambulance is going to run out of gas, so I'm going to walk over there and I'm going to turn the key off myself. Even though I clearly saw somebody in there, doesn't matter because I just don't want to run out of gas. When he first leaves the camera, I thought for sure we'd see something in that window.
So he left the camera right there and took off because he heard a noise in the back of the ambulance. Now, when I first saw the clip, I was waiting for a little face, you know, to pop up in that little bit of fraction of that back window that you can see, to where the driver can see into the back of the ambulance. But nothing popped up.
I don't know if you see it, but can y'all see that back door? Like it just flew open. Like,
Hence another reason I think it's staged, because he's like, oh, do you see that? Do you see that? And there was nothing even happening when he says it, but as soon as he says it, you can see something flashing back and forth through the back windows of the ambulance. But he kind of slipped up when he said this.
Like it just flew open. Like,
Now, I've analyzed this clip, and no, the door didn't fly open like he just said. I think maybe he's in shock, and he just said, instead of saying it flew by the window, he said the door flew open. I don't know. But another reason I think it's staged is just the way he's acting. Like, oh, can you see it now? Look, can you see it? It's like, but you know what? Let's tweak the contrast and look close.
can you? Oh. Nah, what the? What was that? Can y'all see it? Nah, hell no.
As you tweak the contrast a little bit, you look at it, I don't know. It's not a person. It could be somebody with a broom handle or a yardstick. I know it's not a human running back and forth because it would look more like this. Humans don't move that fast, obviously. And look how far down the alley it is.
What I do know is that's not a figure running back and forth in the back of the ambulance. Now, he could have his buddy in there with a yardstick or something, just blocking the light and just moving it, you know, fast back and forth, because he never aimed the camera into the back of it. But the biggest reason I think it's fake is location. And that ambulance being that far down that alley makes no sense when you're in a hurry to get away from somebody that's in your ambulance. Now, this isn't a confirmed debunk, but I'm 80% sure it's staged, but I'm 20%, maybe I could be wrong. Comment below what your percentage is.
Number 8.
In the following video, 3 friends are alone at home when one friend decides to call their mom after something scary had occurred.
I should be home in about 10 minutes, so I need you to stay calm though, okay?
Okay.
So calm, quiet, keep the door locked. Alright, do not go out of the room whatsoever.
Earlier, they heard a loud crash from downstairs and other noises emanating from all over the house.
Unfortunately, a lot of clips you don't have enough to work with. That's, you know, I can take a whole video of a ghost hunter and do much better than like a short clip, obviously. But out of all the clips in this video that we're watching right now with the boys home alone, heard noises, ran upstairs, barricaded themselves in the room, this one to me seems more likely to be genuine over all the rest. But I'm still not sold on it. But look at what the boys are wearing. Look at those little pajama jams.
Was it metal? What does it sound like?
I thought it was just like a big thud, and then
So you heard glass shatter.
yeah.
Because apparently, after searching the whole place, the police found no signs of forced entry or any clues to suggest that someone broke into the house.
Now, one reason I don't think it's staged is because they actually call the cops, and the cops do show up. I don't know if they have like cameras in or around their home, but they don't find anything. But when these guys in their checkered pajamas get ready to head downstairs, like we're getting ready to see, look at what they catch.
It's
There's
fine.
somebody
Okay.
there, they can't have them.
Okay.
Okay? Alright, I'll see you soon. I love you.
I love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And finally, we get to see everybody that's behind the cameraman.
They filmed this right before, you know, that little clip that showed the cops. They filmed themselves going down, checking everything out before the cops even get there, which is a stupid idea to begin with. But I just thought I don't know, I felt like when they first go out the door, you can only see the person holding the camera. You can't see the people behind them until they get halfway down those steps and he turns around and records his buddies like, hey, get that out of my face. Thought that was a bit odd, but let's keep going.
I think I would have waited on the cops. I mean, you're walking around a house and there's a possible maniac in there and they're spreading apart.
Ooh, it's creepy. I'm just kidding. This one really didn't creep me out that much. But what they caught on camera, they didn't see it at the time, but we're getting ready to look at it. They say it's a, you know, like a floating head face. I say it's pareidolia. but I honestly don't know what it is. But I do have a couple of thoughts. But let's look at the clips, brighten them up, tweak them, contrast, all the tools, and have a look.
When I first saw this, I was like, that's not a face. That's pareidolia. And I stand by that. You can see it behind the banisters, but I don't know. Comment below what you think. I'll tell you what I think it is. I think it's one of those boys' pajamas. There's this guy's pajamas behind the banisters, and here's the other guy's. I don't know, though.
Now, I thought it could have been one of the boys because we don't get to see them on camera until they get halfway down the steps. I thought it could have been one of the boys that run around over that way and around to the banisters to where you could see what looks like a face when it could be their pajamas. Now, I'm 10% on me being right and 90% thinking this happened and we don't know what it is. But comment below what you think. Now, the next clip involves a rocking chair. Yay.
Number 7.
On a Thursday afternoon, a mother walks out of a house in a panic frenzy, as it was just then that something baffling had occurred. Outside on the back patio, the family's dog started acting strange. They were barking at something that didn't appear to be there. Although unfazed by the dog's behavior, considering that they often do this in the back patio, the mother decides to record this video, and for good reason. Whenever their dog starts to act up, something very strange happens.
You know, you could call me old-fashioned, but I love it when it involves a rocking chair. I just love it. I don't need your rocking. I'm not going to sing this time. I want you to pay attention to how this particular clip starts, because I'm pretty sure you'll catch it like right out of the gate.
Look, you guys, it rocks, but then it stops on its own when I come outside. Let's see if I could get it on camera.
I can already see the comments. You guys are typing away right now. Well, Shape, the clip started with the rocking chair already rocking by itself. It was already rocking once the camera started and was aimed on it. That would lead me to believe, like any critical thinking person, that that lady rocked the rocking chair, took a couple steps back, turned the camera on, aimed it on the chair, and look, it's moving by itself. Wow, that's elaborate. Look at me and my big words.
The camera started right here, so I guarantee you she's the one that rocked that chair. I have no doubt.
There's like no wind. That's I know, Blue, someone's there, huh? I know. I don't know why it does that.
I don't need your rocking chair.
Nope, I can't give you that one. Dogs, little dogs like that. I've grown up around small chihuahuas and stuff, and I do know one thing. You can make them spooked out at anything, even an empty chair. You know, especially you're acting a bit erratic, like, oh, look at that, and the dog's beside you. Dog's like, oh, my owner's nervous, and it'll hype them up. But you rock that chair. Now, this particular debunk, I'm 99% sure she rocked the chair and then turned the camera on. And there's not much convincing that would state otherwise for me. Comment below what you think. Now, this next clip it's exceptional.
Number 6.
Now, this next video was suggested to me by someone who wishes to remain anonymous. It seems to have been posted by someone who was either at a clinic or a hospital sitting patiently in the waiting room.
First an ambulance, and now we're in the emergency room, apparently, at a hospital. I want you to pay attention to this clip, because I'm pretty sure you'll get it. I've been to a couple of ERs in my time, and when people... just watch it.
Now, the camera operator just sits there. Oh, look at that on the wall. Now, if it's there on the left wall, and I pan the camera over to the right, showing you nobody's in there, well, why don't you walk over to that door and show us? Come on, people. I mean, this is the shadow of a person that's probably right outside this emergency room. I mean, look. And clearly, right over here, see, I'm outside. This is outside. And there is a door that goes outside.
The whole space is entirely devoid of any patients, yet strangely, a silhouette is cast. Initially, it seems as if the shadow was cast by someone off camera, but when the person filming pans the phone to show the whole space, no one is there.
Top 10 channels don't vet these clips because if they did put common sense into it, they would not have no content.
Now, I'm guessing that that door is to the outside of, because we can see through the glass, all them windows that right on the other side of the glass is outside, and it's nighttime. So that leads me to believe that that door on the right that you don't get to see very much, it's an outside door, and it's probably got a big glass in the middle of it, and there's probably people out there. They could be smoking or whatever, and that there's always lights outside the ER too, or a hospital.
Once again for the cheap seats. Hi, I'm Shape and I'm outside the emergency room. Hey, look at this door right here. Wow.
I think that shadow is coming from that door. Pretty sure I nailed this one.
Number 5.
On June 4th of 2024, a video was taken inside a public restroom where something pretty creepy took place. Axel states that no one else is in the restroom except him. So, as an attempt to get this on camera, he begins to record and captures this.
Now this particular clip, I think, is a bit of choreography. And if you're new to my channel, I'll have to tell you real quick what choreography is. It's before you turn the camera on, you and your buddy time the paranormal. Like, I want you to go outside the bathroom. I'm going to turn the camera on and show nobody's in the bathroom. Then when I do that, I want you to come in, sneak behind me, and get one of the stalls. That's when you choreograph something to make it look like paranormal, and you time it to where it works really well to look ghostly. Nonetheless, in a bathroom.
Te quiero que vean. Estoy ahorita en el baño de la universidad. El pedo ahorita es que acabo de terminar de hacer el baño y pues estaba todo normal. Pero ahorita están ruidos raros y se está tocando la puerta, pero quiero que vean que pues no hay nada. Vean, ahí está mi reflejo, pero vean de este lado, pues aquí no hay nada, vean. Acá tampoco, vean. Aquí tampoco hay nada. Aquí pues tampoco, vean. Y acá el lugar es bastante pequeño y está mi reflejo. Pero a ver, hoy. ¿Escucharon?
It could be a sound overlay.
Here's what we do know. The stall door to the toilet, it's not being hit. If it was being hit, it would move because it's a door. So that leads me to believe that somebody is in the stall and they're just hitting that wall, the inner wall. That's what I think is going on here. I think they're in the right stall. Like if you're looking straight ahead, 1, 2, 3 places to use the bathroom, 3 stalls, they're in the far right one. I think they're hiding there.
¿Escucharon?
I think someone snuck in that stall right there. Look closely. That stall door is almost completely shut, and it wasn't left like
No hay
that.
nada.
You can tell by the way he uses his camera that it was meant to see that face in the crack of the door. Like that tiny little gap. It was meant to be seen because nobody operates a camera like that. They don't walk right over to the crack and then go up and over unless they're meaning for you to see that. Right? Now, how did it disappear? Well, I think somebody's in that far right stall and they got some kind of wire clothes hanger type flexible something that you can put under the stall and have the head there, you know, mask or an actual prop of some sort. You have it at the crack, time it to where when he comes over, you just pull it under.
See you. He intentionally filmed the crack in the stalls so you would see this face right here. Now you can see it move to the left, but what it's really doing is it's going to the left and it's dropping down because they're pulling it into the other stall. I mean, the door is right here. You could reach under the stall with a long, extended, flexible rod with a head or a mask on the end of it and hold it up to the little crack there and be in this stall and do that.
I know for a fact this one is staged, but proving it's an entirely different thing because they did a pretty good job, I gotta say. But there's just too many things there that don't look right, especially if you're alone in the bathroom hearing all these noises but nothing's causing it, and you hang around and you just so happen to catch a face in the crack of the door that if you didn't use the camera right, you would not have even seen it. You know, it just too much has to work. Too much has to go right for you to even catch something like that. But comment below what you think. Now,
Number 4 for you.
In the following clip, a man is in his basement after having heard a strange noise.
this clip is easily debunked. Just the movements that he makes and the cues. I want you to watch these clips and I want you to think about cues. Watch closely.
Stuff does happen down here. And I mean, you can't really.
You gotta love it. Let's watch this clip again, but this time I want you to watch it as you thinking that he is pulling on a thread or magician string like this while he's holding the camera, and you can see his movements match it perfect.
You
can literally see the guy doing the pulling motion.
That's freaky stuff right there, man.
Yeah, you can definitely see him pulling. Well, you can't see him pulling, but you can see him making the movements as if he's pulling something. And the paranormal there obviously doesn't scare him at all. Even though there's multiple things throughout these clips that are going to be thrown. And just watch as he does his little noises, his little cues to let his buddy, you know, down the hall know to, oh, he made a cough sound. Let's pull it. He does it multiple times. Watch.
Yep.
You know it's crazy. He goes, he coughs out loud, and then that thing flies off the shelf. But not quite as crazy as this next clip when he lets out a gasp. He goes, and it's like it's a cue for something else to go flying.
That's what you call it. Freaks me out, man. It's good.
Great cues. Now, I'm not the bravest person on earth, but it takes a lot to scare me too. And when stuff is flying off a shelf by an invisible entity and it's closing doors and opening doors, I'm not going to stand there like, oh, boy, this is inconvenient. It's a big inconvenience. I'm out of there.
Goosebumps. Boy, here we go with the door again.
And that's about all I can take of watching this guy. 100% staged. I have no doubts. No, you can't see the string itself because poor quality camera and the lighting is atrocious on a good day. But there's too many things that stand out that show that it's staged, it's on cues, and the first clip that I showed you, you can literally see him moving with, yeah, no, this is 99.999% debunked. Comment below your thoughts.
Number 3.
In this next video, a woman is standing outside her house during a rainstorm when she notices something highly unusual. The woman in this video is known as Amanda, and while standing on her patio, something close by catches her attention. Taking a closer look, she sees this.
Now this is your clip to debunk, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm going to show you what's going on here, but I'm going to let you watch this clip and I'm not going to say anything. Then I want you to go to the comment section. Tell me what you think is being done here. And then after, I want you to watch my reaction because I know 100% what's happening here.
Please tell me y'all see this. Just watch. Watch straight out into that yard. Look, you see it? Look. And it happens again. Look. Look. See? Man, I'm telling you right now. Ignore my dogs. But look, man, I think it's time to move.
Well, let's take a look. We'll turn up the brightness and tweak the contrast a bit. Boy, that looked like a rectangle. Almost like a door. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's zoom in and do it right. And I'll tell you exactly what this is. Now, when you zoom in and you tweak the contrast, you realize this is a reflection from inside her house. Like she's looking out a glass window with her camera. See that? That is a dimly lit doorway. And I'll show you what I mean by that. The reason she can make it appear and reappear is because she's moving in front of a dim doorway while holding the camera toward the window. You see how this animation looks? Now let's take a look. Look closely. You see that? That's a reflection of the door and her standing in front of it. That's a rectangle. I mean, common sense dictates that that's exactly what's going on here. Once again, you see how that works? That's all it is. That's why it appears to disappear when it lightens. It's because it's getting so bright outside that the reflection you can't see.
I can't wait to go down in the comments to see who got it right. But I can tell you what this is. This lady has her phone camera and she's standing behind a glass. Either it's a window or a door, but she's behind a glass. And what do glasses have? Reflections. And if you're in a house that's not bright and you just got like dim lights on in the background, you can't much see it through the reflection. But if your body's covering it, like say you got a doorway back here, and it's just a dimly lit doorway, and that's the only light you got on, but it's behind you and you got a camera.
I'm in your yard right now. Number 2.
Now this next video comes from Jalen Love, who although has no idea what was captured, is extremely unsettled by this footage. She claims that no one else had been in the house except her 2 sisters, who are seen on camera. The 2 sisters enter inside, leaving the front door open for Jalen, who was still getting out of the car.
On this clip, more than anything, I want you, well, first it's on a static camera, security camera, which means the camera don't move. So if you were to cut that camera at any spot where there's not movement in it, you would not know the cut was even there, pretty much. Now, I bring this to you because I want you to see what both girls are wearing as they come through the door. Look at their clothes. You'll solve it pretty quick.
Here's the ghost shoulder popping into existence all of a sudden. Let's look at the second girl and look at what she's wearing. It almost looks like that is her shoulder. but let's take a deeper dive. So I clipped our girl out. You can see me move her image over to, oh, looky there. It matched perfect. Wow. Oh, it is her. You can see the bracelet on the wrist. But you bring the girl over, you can see her bracelet. And look, they match and line up perfect. I love this.
This one was rather easy because the bracelet on her wrist gave that completely away. And her clothes, her short sleeve shirt. Yeah, I mean, comment below what you think. I call this confirmed debunk. But this next clip, ooh buddy.
Number 1.
It's around 9 p.m. on a Friday night when two sisters are settling in for the evening. But while both sisters are alone at home, something happens that leaves them extremely unsettled. One night, while Isabel walks the family dog, her two children are alone at home when this is captured.
Now this clip, the two girls are there alone, two kids. Now, what I want you to pay attention to at first is the first girl that comes up the steps. I want you to pay attention to what she does and how dramatic she acts. Yes, I'm sure nobody put those kids up to this like the mom. She walks upstairs, or jogs upstairs, turns right at the top of the steps. She sees this thing, and instead of running, she stands in place almost like a movie and screams for a few seconds and then decides to run, even though she saw a big, tall figure. Great acting. Fantastic B-movie acting right there for a horror film. Oh, you thought I was going to quit. No, not this time. This is going to be the first video that I never... No, I'm just kidding. I got to go.
Yeah, I gotta say no to that.
I do hate to say that the girls can't act, and I kind of feel bad for saying that, but they can't. I mean, that was staged, that was overplayed. Now comment below what you think. So you may disagree. This one, we don't get to see enough to know if it's fake or not, but you can only go based on the way they act. But throughout the video, I'm pretty sure we did pretty good, right? I love it. Secret word. I'm going to just say it this time. And the secret word is 1. Now, hidden word. Secret word. It's a hidden word. And yes, I had them in other videos and you guys couldn't find it. Now, I appreciate you guys. I'm done with the debunking. This is kind of just something I want to talk about. Yeah, that's a big reason I don't look at analytics on YouTube, is because I worry about stuff like that. You get disheartened when your videos aren't performing good. It's worrisome because, you know, your livelihood is based on it. And see, that's, YouTube likes consistency, watch time, and my watch time ain't that bad. It's pretty good. But consistency, it takes so long to make the videos, it just, no matter how fast they go. So I was like, man, how can I compensate? So, this is up to you guys. Just what would you want to see more of? I'm open. I've had people say, hey, go to a haunted location and investigate. You know, I've had recommendations to do this channel or that channel. Any new stuff you want to see. I've had you guys want to see collabs. So yeah, I know I got to play that YouTube game and the social media game to, you know, be in YouTube's good graces. And, you know, you got to do live streams and all that stuff as well. I understand the game, but it's where the videos take so long. It kind of puts you between a rock and a hard place. But I love what I do, and I'm going to continue to do it until either I'm not physically able anymore, or mentally able, or I'm dead. Hopefully, we'll be doing this a long time. But, yeah, I love you guys. Appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next video. I got some, I guess you could call it, some of it drama. But I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Y'all come back now, you hear? Peace.